forgotten those laws, I am here to remind you of them. Let's get re-adjudicated.
Philosophers with pens in hand, questions deep, ain't life grand?
Everything around you, every thought, every interaction, every success or failure is governed by unseen principles. Not man-made laws, not political rules, but something deeper, something intrinsic to the very fabric of existence. Some call them the universal laws. But how did these laws come to be? What ancient wisdom shaped them? And more importantly, how can understanding them shift the way you navigate life? Today, we're going to break down the mystery of the 12 universal laws, where they came from, how they evolved, and the undeniable ways they shape your reality.
In the chaos, peace we'll find.
Before self-help books and motivational speakers, before the law of attraction was even a buzzword, these principles existed. They were whispered in the temples of ancient Egypt, studied by Greek philosophers, embedded in the Vedas of India, and carried through generations in Eastern and Western philosophies. These aren't just spiritual musings, they are the foundation of both mystical traditions and cutting-edge science. The ancients knew something modern society is only now beginning to rediscover. The universe operates by unchanging principles, and those who understand them hold the key to a different kind of power.
Cares about the chickens, mine's the one we're drinking. Elevate the soul, let it fly.
Take Hermeticism, one of the oldest schools of thought attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a figure shrouded in mystery. His teachings influenced Greek philosophy, esoteric Christianity, and even modern psychology. Or consider Hindu cosmology, which speaks of Rita, the cosmic order that governs all things, from the orbit of planets to the karmic cycles of human life. The same patterns appear in Taoism, Buddhism, and even in early Western mystical traditions. But how do these principles translate into real life? And more importantly, how can we use them to our advantage? Now, let's break them down. 12 laws, 12 keys to unlocking the way reality works. Each one offers a different perspective on life, but together, they form a system that governs everything. The law of divine oneness. Everything is connected. The air you breathe was once in the lungs of an ancient king. The thoughts you have send ripples across reality. You are not separate from the world. You are part of its intricate web. Neuroscientists tell us that our emotions and thoughts affect not just ourselves, but even those around us. Energy fields, empathy, collective consciousness, it's all real. Law of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Your words, your thoughts, your emotions, they all carry a frequency.
We'll be just fine.
Studies show that gratitude and meditation physically rewire the brain, changing its very vibration in turn to your reality. Law of correspondence. As above, so below. Your external world is a mirror of your internal state. Change your mind, and your reality shifts in response. This law is the foundation of cognitive behavioral therapy, which shows that changing thought patterns changes behavior and outcomes. The placebo effect is another powerful example. People given sugar pills but told they're receiving real medicine often experience real healing. It also connects to ancient Hermetic teachings that state the microcosm reflects the macrocosm. Your inner world creates your outer world. Ever notice how chaotic people seem to have chaotic lives? It's no coincidence, it's correspondence. Law of attraction. You attract what you are. The thoughts you nurture determine the experiences you create. Athletes visualize success before achieving it. Manifestation is therefore not magic. It is the power of belief combined with action. Law of inspired action. Intention without action is daydreaming. Movement creates momentum. You have to participate in your own rescue. The universe responds to motion. Your desires start taking shape the moment you take a step toward them. History shows this. Visionaries, inventors, and revolutionaries didn't wait for the perfect moment. They created it, like a sculptor chipping away at stone. Actions carves reality into form. Law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Energy is always shifting. What you feed grows. Shift your focus and your life follows. Law of cause and effect. Nothing happens by chance. Every action has a consequence, and every consequence is a result of an action. Law of compensation. You reap what you sow, often in ways you don't really expect. The universe operates on a balance sheet of energy. What you invest, whether in kindness, effort, or intention, will return though not always from the direction you expected. This law is closely tied to karma in Eastern philosophy, where actions accumulate and shape future experiences. In a modern sense, it's why hard work eventually pays off, why generosity fosters goodwill, and why cutting corners often backfires. Understanding this law means recognizing that everything you do has a ripple effect, sometimes immediate, sometimes delayed, but always inevitable. Law of relativity. Everything is perspective. Your worst day is someone's best case scenario. Perspective shifts change everything. Shift your perspective that you're loving this podcast, and this podcast will love you back. See? Law of polarity. Light and dark, good and bad, expansion and contraction. Duality exists for a reason. Every experience carries its opposite, not as opposition, but as a necessary counterpart. Without struggle, growth is actually meaningless. Without sorrow, joy loses its depth. Really? This law reminds us that every challenge carries the seed of its solution, and every hardship brings the potential for transformation. And yes, some hardships truly suck. Ancient philosophies across cultures, from yin and yang in Chinese thought to the Hermetic principle of polarity, echo this universal truth. In real-world terms, this means that moments of difficulty are not obstacles, but invitations to shift perspective and find equilibrium. Law of rhythm. Life moves in cycles. There are seasons for growth and seasons for rest. Fighting that rhythm only creates resistance. Think of the ocean. Waves rise and fall. Tides come in and out. You cannot force a wave to stay at its peak, just like you can't demand perpetual highs in life. Embracing the rhythm means recognizing when to push forward and when to surrender, when to act and when to rest. Every great civilization, every economic cycle, even your own heartbeat follows this law. Ignore it, and you burn out. Align with it, and life flows with ease. I mean, there's something comforting about this law. You know, when you have that supposed friend that feels like a freaking hemorrhoid at some point in your life, and they just keep coming back bigger, louder, and somehow even more inconvenient. That's the law of rhythm, isn't it? Everything comes and goes. So sooner or later, even the most persistent pain in the behind has to deflate. And when it finally happens, well, you'll be there enjoying the sweet relief of this incredibly annoying pisser. And speaking of rhythm, let's bring back some tunes.
Does anyone hear them when they fall? Does it even matter at all?
Law of gender. It is not about biology. This is about the balance of masculine and feminine energies that shape everything in the universe. Both energies are required to create, well, everything. The masculine energy is all about action. It's the force that gets things moving. It's the go-getter, the one who makes decisions, starts projects, and essentially burns the candle at both ends. It's the hustle. Meanwhile, feminine energy is more about the chill vibe, the intuition, the patience, the nurturing. It's the energy that receives, that creates space for things to unfold. It's like the yin to the yang, the slow down to the go fast. And oh boy, have I been in my male energy all my life, until the day I started to appreciate what it meant to become a mother. We all come around in our own time and in our own ways. You can't just sit around waiting for life to happen. That's the feminine. And you can't just hustle until you burn out. That is the masculine. It's about finding that sweet spot between the two. Like mixing peanut butter and jelly, both are good on their own, but together, that's where watering miracles come to life. Crap metaphor, but you catch my drift. If you have a better one, please do share. How about this? Take, for example, you're building a house. The masculine energy is the blueprint, the plans, the structure, the action. The feminine energy, well, that's the vibe, the interior design, the coziness, the ambiance. Without the feminine energy, your house would feel like a prison. Without the masculine energy, you just have a pile of materials with no direction. Society today is way out of balance. We've got this overabundance of masculine energy, workaholism, productivity culture. We're always on, nonstop hustle. Meanwhile, the feminine energy is like, hey, can we have a little peace maybe? But what happens when both energies are actually in harmony? Magic. Pure, unadulterated magic. Suddenly, you have creativity, flow, and the ability to manifest like a boss.
This legend.
And now let's be real, this imbalance is everywhere. Have you ever noticed how the corporate world is practically drowning in masculine energy? It's like everyone's in competition to see who can burn out the fastest. But If there was just a little more space for the feminine, imagine it. Compassionate leadership, intuitive decision making, a culture of collaboration instead of domination. I mean, a little balance would go a long, long way. Yes, we've become more aware of it, but no, I don't think we're working in the speed that we need to.
Oh, no, you don't.
These laws don't just shape individuals, they shape entire societies. Governments, corporations, and media giants have mastered these principles. For example, the law of attraction. Marketing agencies are masters at tapping into the law of attraction, crafting campaigns that stir desire even before a product hits the shelves. Take Apple's product launches, for instance. Before unveiling a new iPhone, Apple generates immense anticipation through teasers, exclusive previews, and strategic leaks. This approach builds a buzz, making consumers eager to purchase the moment the product becomes available. By aligning their marketing and the innate human desires for innovation and status, Apple ensures a ready market upon release. The law of vibration is evident in how music and sound frequencies are used to influence emotions and behaviors. Advertisers often select specific songs or soundtracks that evoke particular feelings, enhancing the emotional impact of their messages. For example, a study highlighted by Save the Music Foundation discusses how music and commercials can create associations between a piece of music and a brand, influencing consumer perception and memory. Similarly, certain frequencies are known to elicit specific emotional responses. For instance, lower frequencies can evoke feelings of sadness or tension, while higher frequencies might induce happiness or excitement. This strategic use of sound is a powerful tool in both advertising and media to sway public sentiment. The law of cause and effect is evident in the calculated reactions to political and economic decisions. Governments often implement policies with the anticipation of specific outcomes. For instance, during election years, it's common for governments to introduce economic measures aimed at stimulating growth or reducing unemployment, anticipating that these actions will influence voter sentiment and election results. The International Monetary Fund notes that political decisions can create economic cycles, with governments attempting to boost the economy before elections to sway public opinion. Similarly, economic policies are often crafted with the expectation of certain reactions from the public or markets, demonstrating a clear cause and effect relationship. So what does this all mean for you? Well, that if you don't consciously apply these laws in your own life, prepare for them to be used against you.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful.
So, how do we apply these laws for our growth? 1. Mindset. It's one thing to know the laws exist, but it's another to actively observe them in your life. Start by being aware of how they show up. Every day, take 5 minutes to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what energy am I operating from today? Are you in the doing mode or just pushing forward with the tasks? Or are you in being mode, relying solely on intuition and waiting for things to just happen? Write down your observations. This will help you pinpoint areas where the masculine or feminine energy is either overactive or underactive. Recognize that you are a co-creator with the universe. Start seeing everything around you, relationships, challenges, your job, as a direct manifestation of how you've been applying these laws. Nothing is happening to you. Everything is a reflection of how you're interacting with these energies. 2. Energy. You can think of your energy as a radio station. Whatever frequency you're tuned to, that's the reality you're going to experience. You want more positivity, abundance, or creativity? Then it's time to tune up your frequency.
Level up, level up.
Take a week and track your thoughts. Are they mostly negative? Are you caught in worry or fear about the future? Pay attention to the patterns of thought that drag you down. Now, consciously shift them. For example, if you catch yourself thinking this is impossible about something, well, reframe it as this might be a challenge, but it's also an opportunity for my growth. Your thoughts over time shape your energetic field. Surround yourself with high vibe things. Whether it's music, people, environments, the media, these all influence your frequency. Find what lifts you up. If you need to, remove or limit the things that lower your vibration. Negative people, negative media, or environments that drain you. High frequency energy isn't just about thinking positive all the time. That's positive toxicity. It's about intentional alignment of your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your highest self. Start feeling the things you want to manifest. Feel abundant, feel creative, feel happy, even before those things show up. Just create that feeling within yourself. 3. Action. This is where the rubber meets the road. It is not enough to just think about what you want or wait for the universe to deliver it. The masculine energy is about action, but it needs to align with your deepest intentions.
I love you.
So, take your goals and break them down into small, practical actions that align with your intentions. For example, if you want to create a thriving business, we'll break it down. What's one action you can take today that aligns with your vision? It could be something small, like writing a blog post or creating a simple social media post. Just do something that moves you forward, and something is bound to happen.
You have to believe me.
Now, there are two words that I really, really hate, and I shouldn't, but I do. And they are C words. One is commitment, and because it just sounds like a prison cell for me. And the second one is consistency, because it sounds incredibly boring. But they are both the cornerstone of anything that ever works. It sucks, I know. So, consistency is key here. Every single action you take moves energy towards your desired outcome. I'm sorry, I know, but that's the only way. Don't wait for everything to be perfect before acting. I mean, look at me. I'm loving my mess ups, and sometimes people are so incredibly kind, and some other times they're not. They spew evil like popcorn, man. But movement is the only way. It is the greatest feeling of all. Start small. Just stay consistent. It's okay. It may take time. The law of cause and effect is powerful, though. Every action you take will have a ripple effect. And don't just act for the sake of action. That's just hysteria, man. Every step should be infused with intention. Ask yourself, is this action moving me closer to my desired outcome? If yes, move forward. If no, well then pause and reassess. 4. Perspective. Life is always teaching us something, but we often miss the lesson because we're too focused on the problem. The law of cause and effect applies here. Every challenge has a purpose and will lead to a reaction. If you see obstacles as opportunities, they won't feel so heavy. So, reframe the exercise. When faced with a challenge, stop and ask yourself, what is life trying to teach me here? It could be a lesson in patience, adaptability, and learning how to communicate better. Well, write down your answers and notice how you can adjust your approach to challenges in the future. Practice gratitude, even in tough times. Trust me, it works. Instead of seeing challenges as setbacks, try seeing them as stepping stones. Gratitude shifts your vibration and helps you see the bigger picture. Challenges are not roadblocks. Shift your mind. They are growth accelerators. With every difficulty comes wisdom. So when life gets tough, ask yourself, what can I learn here? I know it is not easy in every single scenario. I know that the world is really tough in so many ways, but the only way we can survive it is by learning from it. 5. Balance. If you're only operating in one energy, you're either forcing things to happen or waiting for things to fall into your lap. You need both. The masculine pushing forward with action and the feminine receiving through intuition. Throughout your day, ask yourself, where am I overdoing one energy? Are you pushing too hard, not allowing space for things to flow? Too much masculine, maybe? Or are you waiting for the perfect moment, not acting at all? Too much feminine? Check in and make sure both energies are balanced. Schedule masculine time for focused action, like writing, working, building, and feminine time for reflection, meditation, walking, listening to your inner voice. When you balance both, you create a powerful feedback loop between intuition and action. Honor both energies in yourself. Embrace both the doing and the being. Don't fall into the trap of believing that one is more powerful than the other. True power always comes from balance. And the golden nugget for the day is that the 12 universal laws aren't just theories. Yes, there are 33 of them. We'll discuss them some other time. But these are the blueprint for your life. They're always in motion, whether you're aware of them or not. When you align with them, you step into your true power. You stop reacting to life and start co-creating with it. The law of vibration, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, all of them are tools for you to shape your reality. It's not about waiting for the world to change. It's about using these laws to change the world around you. When you tap into their flow, you're no longer just existing. You're creating, thriving, and living in alignment with the energy of the universe. The power to transform your life has always been inside you. All it takes is a decision to activate it. The universe isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to align. Every moment is an opportunity to shift your energy, your actions, and your thoughts. When you align with your highest truth, the universe will mirror that back to you. You are not just a passive observer in your own life. You are the creator, the architect, and the magician of your reality. So the question isn't whether life will happen to you. The real question is, what will you do with this moment? Will you step into your power and create, or will you let the world dictate your fate? The choice is yours, and the universe is ready to respond. Now go out there and make it happen. But before you go, do me a tiny favor. Hit follow, rate, leave a comment, and drop a review. What you say truly matters to me deeply. Your support is the fuel for the circus train, and I promise to keep trying to improve. I'm on a mission to prove that even if you think you're a nobody or you're not famous, you can still be someone for somebody. Take care, keep questioning, keep learning, and most importantly, keep creating your own reality. And remember, nobody cares about the chickens, but there's always someone out there that definitely cares about you.
Mom, somebody just followed me.
This show is sponsored by lookchaos.co, www.lechaos.co. Genderless, sustainable, trendy lifestyle.